convention in the world.
You get to drink all the dirty water.
No, there is nothing really. It's, you know, you don't want to.
Oh, you got how many lackeys?
Other than the fact that you can have anybody killed that you want.
You have how many minions?
It's like, yeah, that one. Dead.
And then he comes to for reality, right?
I try not to let it go to my head.
Isn't that what the wine's for? Doesn't that mean that everybody here are people you actually got rid of?
No, I'm.
Where the hell is it? It is not that far to where he had to go. Get lost.
He's looking for his phone.
It
might be.
have GPS on him.
Probably got to the room, wanted to call you just to make sure about something.
That's assuming he's got my number. Nobody gets my number that doesn't need it.
The all-important phone number.
It is. Didn't I see you in the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Doing the time warp.
It's not time yet. By the way, is this a charity thing?
I have to ask, how many hours did it take for you to perfect that stare looking in the mirror to
Which
get
one?
it just right? The one that says, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
The one that you just used to burn a hole through Echo's head.
I don't understand. I don't know what you mean. Which one? I have a lot of these.
Dude, it came natural to him.
Yeah.
Those are his laser eyes.
You cannot to be more specific. I do have a lot of glares. They're all categorized, you know, numbered.
Have your filing system?
Yes.
We're out of
Glare
line
number
glare.
72.
Oh, this one. We're out. That happened at Anthrocon this year. Wednesday night, just as I was arriving, we went down to the new restaurant that replaced the 5-star original fish market. They replaced it with Bill's Burgers. I went in with my logistics crew, the stuff crew we call them, and I sat down. The fish market used to have a wine list that was this big. Bill's Burgers has a wine paragraph. But the first one on there was a beautiful Mosel Valley Riesling. That's my favorite. And I said, I want this one. And the waiter with a big smile said, oh, we're out of that one. We won't have any all weekend. And I said, what? And the crew just reflexively reached and took all the silverware away from me. And I said to the guy, do you know who I am? And he said, did you forget? I had to give him that one. The next day at the pre-con meeting, we were talking with the West End and all the city of Pittsburgh. And I said, okay, the only issue we've run into was I was at the bar last night and it appears they don't have any Riesling, and everyone around the table went, and there was silence, and I looked over at the head chef in the West End and he went, and the general manager, and the head chef says, and he ran down. And they got some bottles. Yay. And I played a game. I went to the restaurant the next day, and the waitress said, we have some wine for you. And I said, do me a favor, pour me a glass, then bring the bottle. I want you to stand 20 feet away with your hand over the label. So she did. She put the glass in front of me and she went back and she called, and I turned around and I said, Chateau Santa Michelle, Columbia Valley, Washington State, 2013. She said, oh my God, that's right. And I said, that's pathetic that I can do that, isn't it? Because you see, a lot of people say, oh, Uncle Kage is a connoisseur. No, I'm not. I'm a lush. You know the difference, do you, between a connoisseur and a lush?
You swallow.
It's when you spit or swallow.
That's my line.
There you are!
A new liver.
What the hell was that?
Bride of the Fox. From Kanbata Prefecture in Japan. There is a festival, the Bride of the Fox. Basically, it is the fox's wedding. The entire town dresses up like foxes. They've been furry for 1,000 years. Sophia?
Look, normal people hide the alcohol. I've always got that on hand. It's the glasses I lose.
This glass is very cold. What the fuck? Let's see how long he can stand this.
I've got a better question. How much do I have to pay you not to stop?
What did we say this was? Yes, January 2015. Sake is a very young beverage. Of course, this is a little bit yellow, but we shall see. Kanpai.
Pie cow.
By the way, if you are ever in a Chinese language country, they use the phrase ganbei. Pay very close attention. Ganbei. Chinese, Mandarin, and Cantonese are inflective languages. Whether you go up or down or sideways or make noises like that, it changes the meaning.
Deflecting.
Remember, ganbei. Ganbei means empty your glass. Ganbei, if that goes down. Ganbei, that means fuck your glass. Be very careful when you are in a Chinese restaurant and toasting something.
So when you were holding it down there, Gambe.
Yeah, as opposed to ganbei.
Oh, not a problem.
This is alkali bismuth, ladies and gentlemen.
It strengthens my language. You know the last thing from that.
I'm a chemist, my dear boy. I've been meaning to ask you where that came from. Alkali bismuth usually is an anti-diarrheal, so why is it your name?
Well, I knew about that part, so yeah, that's the main part of it.
Okay.
I've been playing LARPs since I was a young teen.
Well, you're a musician.
No, live action role playing. I'm a nerd.
That's right.
So I'm a musician that has less fans. You know how that. But basically, on the first day I came in, they said, "Well, you need to create a character." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I played D&D before. I need to come up with a name." And I couldn't come up with anything, so I looked to the side, and there was the periodic table of elements. Thought bismuth doesn't work. Alkali bismuth does, and that stuck. My next character was yttrium silver. Then Pere. Adictable. Mendeleev, yeah, that's what I do with my life. To idiocy.
Ganbei.
Gombe.
You see?
Gombe. What's that mean?
I don't know that.
Gombe.
That means you've had too much.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the dragon Tianlo?
I do the noodle dragon.
Yes, the noodle
Yes,
dragon.
he doesn't like it when I eat his noodles.
He has been teaching me the nuances of the Cantonese language.
And a lot of bad habits.
He has taught me, I've learned all sorts of wonderful things. Because, you know, let's face it, the Cantonese language is beautiful if you know how to use it. He has taught me how to say, "Oh hi, hamsa guailo."
Oh, I know all about hum sucking.
No.
Oh, no?
No. "Oh hi, hamsa guailo."
Yeah, I suck in Ohio too.
That's very close.
Is it? Yeah,
That
but right here.
translates directly to, "I am a perverted old white man."
I'm hops on silo.
That was good. You've been practicing.
I'm sucking?
Well,
Call Xander. He'll be thrilled. Or angry. It really depends on what day of the week.
hey, it's 9 o'clock now.
Oh, we haven't even started yet?
No, we can start now.
Awesome.
We can start.
We can start.
Yay!
Good. I'm sorry.
No,
That
no,
face
that's
doesn't-
his line.
Right? I'll be honest with you, that face does not look terrified enough.
What face is that? What?
This face will look terrified.
Oh, good God.
Okay.
I'm
This-
Saka Goa Gaialoa.
Okay, what we have here, you notice the bottle? This is a mixture of apple, if I remember properly.
Let's see if you remember.
Okay, it's apple brandy, vodka, and kerosene.
You're really close.
Yes, yes. Oh, no apple brandy, right?
But it's baked. A baked alcohol, which means that my house was flammable for an entire day. And I made this just for you because you know what? You puke so prettily.
What?
That when you vomit, all the colors of the gay rainbow, which by the way, we added an extra color for those of you who were not at the gay meeting.
Yes.
Mauve.
Yes. That's why they call it the Technicolor yawn. It's true. Have you ever noticed there are so many different phrases to describe vomit?
No, usually I'm vomiting while they're trying to tell them to be like, that's very interesting.
It's very, but when you think about it, we have the Technicolor yawn,
Technicolor-
we have worshipping the porcelain god, we have talking to Ralph on the big white telephone.
Purging.
Purging,
Classic purging.
Okay, we've got the puke, we got the barf, we got the Ralph, we got
Dick's
the
going
hurl,
the wrong
we got
way.
What?
You haven't heard that one?
No.
The dick going the wrong way?
No.
Going the wrong way up the one-way Hershey Canal? You don't know that one either?
Can you change the subject? I want
Absolutely.
to change the subject.
So anal sex.
That's yeah, something that's very near and dear to your heart. I can tell.
The only reason it's near and dear to my cart is it's that big.
Your cart.
My cart, yeah. Well, I started earlier
You're
than
cut
you.
off. Give me that.
Sure,
shit.
not a
Okay.
problem.
All right, whatever. So what we do is what you see. We just get up here and do some. You didn't drink that, did you?
I would never do that without you.
Is anybody got a match?
No.
I just want to see what
I have a light
Unfortunately, we found out it's just underneath. You can get the flame to stick for the slightest second, but I cannot use this to set people on fire.
That's too bad. I had candidates.
So we can talk about them if we change their names. I'll call the first one Uncle Blank.
I'll call the next one acidic.
That was a very basic pun.
That was a very caustic comment.
Damn it! Well, good thing that you have a PhD.
Why do I hang out with base individuals like yourself?
I'm glad you guys have chemistry.
Give me one of those solo cups back there, please.
Sing a song.
So as I was saying, this is what we do. We just get up here and do stuff, and for some reason you people sit there and take it. I don't understand
He's already
why.
shaking.
That's for you, asshole.
Okay, come on.
We'll see.
Delicious.
Do not chug it! That took a long time to make. You savor that shit.
Savor every sip. It's delicious.
Hey.
By the way, I got the charity table has these glasses. I highly recommend you get one because you can have a cat face when you drink. It's amazing.
It works great for pussy drinks. Okay, we have to stop.
I set you up for that. I was hoping you'd go there. Okay. Hi, YouTube.
Hey, coworkers, Trent. See you Monday. Oh, and Jim, how are you doing?
About 5 years ago, I was working for a gentleman, called me into his office, and he was looking all serious. He called me in his office, and he sat me down, and he said, Sam, are you aware you're on YouTube? I said, duh! Only about 6,000 times.
Oh, way more than that.
I really want to hear this. I want to hear this out.
Well, that pretty much was the end of the conversation. He said, okay. Actually, I didn't ask him exactly which YouTube videos he was referring to.
Just be happy you said YouTube, okay?
Yes, YouTube and not
Yeah.
What the hell is that in the back? It looks like Montezuma's Revenge.
Oh, it looks like my. Oh, that was disgusting.
Sorry, it's got the Aztec and the balls and
I'm the next act.
It's adorably racist.
Hey, should we make jokes like that? No, we're not.
No.
Okay, we were both squirming our seats back there. It's like, okay, yes, Hitler jokes, wonderful. Even we won't go there.
Sorry.
Last year.
The only reason we would do that is as a final solution, I swear to God. And you've seen it, so I think you might know
I'm
this.
afraid of what he's going to say.
No, it's simple. My coworkers, they do know. I work with a very close group. They all know what I do on the weekends, which is frightening as all hell. And to let me know that years ago, they asked me, well, no one else was around, hey, we wanted to ask you something. Do these words mean anything to you? And 5 of my coworkers turned around and went, 5 dick-shaped things! And they did it in harmony. I was impressed.
It's kind of scary when your coworkers find out, isn't it?
Well, the best thing was, did they ask about the fandom? No. Did they ask about my involvement? Where did you get a throwing dildo from? So I said Craigslist, and they stopped asking questions. I hear what you're playing.
What?
I'm going to fucking kill you. I am not Jewish. I just really like money.
Okay, we shall take this to a children.
Okay.
Ya Cthulhu,
Ya Cthulhu, ya Cthulhu.
When he goes afar, he'll die.
Holy shit. I'm impressed.
We don't rehearse this shit, we just do whatever comes to mind.
That's why the more we drink, the better it becomes. And guys, the more we drink depends on how shocked we are by how much money shows up in this.
Oh, that's right, is this a charity thing?
This is a charity.
Okay, until money shows up there, we're not doing anything else, we're just standing
Tiger,
here.
would you mind helping?
I donate souls, I have a lot.
You can put $100 bill in there.
You can report it down to Con Ops.
Yes.
Once I have the money, I will report it.
Guys, thank you very much. Tank, are you in here?
Good.
26 cents.
Okay, good. That actually makes this better. We can say whatever the hell we want about him now. That
Yeah.
stupid hat. People who wear hats. I don't have that. My hat is so badass it gets filled with money at every convention. What has your hat done recently?
I still have.
What has my hat done?
What has your hat done recently?
Got me first class upgrades.
Got me.
All right. Now my hat has the power of 17 supernovas. You're telling me your little bowler hat got you an upgrade on a plane?
Yes?
Did this sound scripted? Because that's what this sounded like to me.
No. Because once I was able to show the flight attendant I could hang it off of my dick, she was happy to give it.
Yeah, she was happy because you finally covered up your dick. The
Shut up.
children were so.
But this was a Canadian airline.
In that case, they were happy to see a real man today. Hi, Ken!
Air Canada.
Did you sing Air Canada?
Yes.
That's the name of the airline.
That sounds like we got.
Wait a minute, who put fucking coins? You better be European.
I replaced all 4 of my tires before this con, I'm sorry.
Well, he is Canadian. Okay, that's.
He's saying he had a flat tire.
All 4 of them.
Okay, whoever laughed at that, you're a fucking pervert.
How do you know?
I thought flat tire was a kind of beer.
It is a kind of beer. It also is something else. And when you're a little older, I'll tell you what that
Gee,
is.
what exactly is it, Alkali? Explain it to me.
So in the con book, changing topics and all. Who read the description for this panel? Oh, that's nice of you, because I read the description. And it went something along the lines of, come here and watch the grandfather of the furry fandom, like, oh, they call Kage a grandpa? That's going to be so mean. And the uncle of the furry, I went, hey!
It clarifies drunken grandpa and drunken uncle.
Oh, gee,
that doesn't it?
I have a very small family, but they already refer to me as the drunk gay guy, so I don't need to. I'm going over to silly Uncle Faggot's house. What are you doing?
I don't know, I'm just thinking of what we can do with this. It's like a game of props, but I'm lost.
And Kage in the hat.
Oh, what?
It's a hat.
It's a hat for me.
It could be, let's see.
Do not, no, do not touch styrofoam to the Jufro. It goes terribly.
Causes a static reaction.
I got a haircut right before coming here, and she asked, what do you want? I'm like, can you make me look any less Jewish? She goes, you're such a schmeal.
But I love the way she cut your hair. She got all of them even. Look at that. It's like, okay, you can be the square saint. It's amazing. I'm on 5 or something.
Kage, we've known each other for a long time. There's nothing saintish about us unless you count Satan.
Yeah,
So,
you're right,
Down.
How's that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Patron saint of alcohol.
Oh, if we're saints, we can bless this shit.
What? I didn't sneeze.
Are you turn water to wine?
You turn water into wine, he'd die. His sink would just be like, shower, bing, la, 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 la. Human body, 75% what? Dead, drink.
What is this?
No, it would make those security calls a lot funnier.
Excuse me, there's a man up here made entirely of alcohol. Call the chairman.
I need an old chairman and a young chairman.
No, we're not allowed to go together on calls. You know that all. That's not how class
I
works.
got it all out.
You try.
That's a pretty good tongue.
Years.
Yeah, I know, but we're not there yet.
You're right. You're right. We're not.
No, we're not. We're not even close.
But we'll get to the second bottle, I'm sure.
We're in
that these
Ohio.
guys-
We're all poor. What do you expect?
How much you charge
How much you charge?
Yeah, we don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Then we'll be even poorer.
But the kiddies
But
will
we'll
be
be high.
richer in
High and we
spirit.
won't care.
Yeah, did you say you'll be high?
And we won't care.
This guy in the front here, you know what he did earlier?
What did he do earlier?
He gave me a condom.
A condom?
You
How
need
did he put it
You
on?
need to keep your money by, you need your money to buy a pair of glasses. That's what you need.
Magnifying glasses.
Except my love.
Except my love. Notice we said hi.
That's what he wants.
I gotta give him that one.
Yeah.
I gotta give him that one. That was good. Now, you rehearsed that, didn't you? You've been waiting all night for that.
Actually, yes. I knew it was gonna come.
5 hours ago.
So what are we supposed to do up here? We don't rehearse this. We just get up and do.
And
I-
drink.
Well, I'm
Get
a
up and
boss.
do and drink.
Okay, well the thing is, we only just started, and how much time do we have to do it?
Until they kick us out of the room, usually.
Well, isn't that like now?
Oh, it's just cheers, everyone. Put more money.
Cheers, Bruce. Yes.
Did that work?
No, there's no more money going into the hat.
Come on, guys.
Any new
Thank
commentaries?
Okay, there's a start. Thank you very
so
much.
much.
We should be passing this to the back because they're all too shy.
Ah, fuck it.
Yes, fuck it. No.
Wind up.
No, you did. I'm telling you, your glasses, dude.
He gave us 2.
They're not big enough, I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'll go get the hefty bag.
Wait, which one?
Please!
Oh,
Quick, someone give me pants so I can have pockets.
There you go.
Mind you don't
Put
take
away.
your pocket.
Sorry, I left them.
Dragor, use nature's pocket. Kage, you want to pick his pocket?
Got to pick a pocket or two. You got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Hold on, stop. Did you really just throw condoms into the crowd? Tonight, there will be two people about to make sweet, sweet love, and they'll look down and think of us.
Kill the mood right there.
I'm just not ready for this.
My colleague To the Ranting Griffin put it very, very well earlier this year. He said that between him and me, we don't, okay, our days of having sex are behind us. Because at our age, when we think of sex, we think of people having sex with us. And that just kind of kills the whole thing right there.
What does this section speak of?
Someone in back said they want to change the luck of the charity.
Change the lock on what?
Change the luck of the charity.
And how's that? Coins?
Shekels. There's shekels.
Will this fit in the hat?
No.
There's
There is.
Don't give the great laugh over.
People who threw in what they could, what the
shit?
we appreciate it. Those of you that threw in pennies, you're monsters.
That's all I had, Alkali!
Hey,
So-
pennies are for two.
So this happens. First Squared has obviously we have a bank account. And the day after First Squared, we took all the money to the bank, as normal sane people do. The first mistake we made is because we actually collect the money for the charity and then write them a check so that it's on our books and we have better records. This is my island in the sun. My bad.
Yes, it is.
So the first thing we did was we counted up all the money, that's charity money, at the door money, money for everywhere. And I needed to carry it somehow, and you guys have the tendency to pay in singles, so first off, I looked like a stripper. And second off, I only had one thing to carry it into the bank with, and that was a very large paper bag. Now, on my days off, I don't actually always dress like this. I'm a t-shirts and shorts kind of guy, and I didn't realize that my shorts were a little ripped. The t-shirt had a butter stain on it, there was a situation.
Oh, God.
And I walked into the bank and was immediately accosted by two security guards who wanted to know my business there that day. And this was the day after First Squared, and in my just retarded, brain-addled state, I held up the paper bag and I went, I have a deposit. And they looked, and where did this come from? And the only thing I could think of was, don't say drug money, don't say drug money. And apparently I just stared at them for a while until the young 20-year-old guard went, drug money? But the reason this came up is that my bank apparently, and I had never heard of this until this day, does not take change.
What?
I'm not kidding. Chase Bank, you have to, who else banks with Chase?
I do, and yes, they do.
No, most of them do. Certain banks do not take change. So, okay, so you experienced it? Yeah, the bank by my house. And I only had maybe $7 in quarters, nickels, and dimes. And I never thought I would argue over someone for $7, so that day I truly was Jewish.
You do your people proud, Alkali.
So the moral of the story is, guys, give bills because apparently change is a pain in the ass. Is that for stripping? Because me and him already did that, guys.
You do remember what happened at Amphicon for Amphicon 2000. Did I ever tell you that story?
I don't think you have.
It's similar to your story, but in reverse. You need, if you're running a con store and everything, you need a lot of change. You need a lot of bills. You need 1s and 5s. You need quite a significant amount. I called up my local bank, and I said to my local bank, I need, $500 $1 bills, and I need $300 $5 bills, and I need a lot of small bills. I will come in this Saturday and get them. And I talked to the head teller and she said, okay, just bring in a deposit slip and come and see me and I'll have the money ready for you. Yay, great, all set up. So I made up my deposit slip. I woke up very early that Saturday. I was all tired because I'd been drinking the night before. Surprise, surprise. And I threw on a pair of sweat socks and a pair of sweatpants and a pair of, it was all black. I just put it all on. And I went slumping into the bank with this big satchel that I used to have. And I went in and I saw the lid and when I put the satchel on and put the deposit slip on, I stood there like this. And she just started putting big piles of money into the bag. And I'm standing there and I looked over my shoulder after a few minutes and there's all these police cars pulling into the bank. And I said to her, hey, is that for me? She said, oh. And she looked over at the next teller who started looking guilty. She said to me, don't move. And I said, I couldn't move right now if you put 20,000 volts through me. Well, she sent the bank manager out to talk to the police. Now, the thing is, at the time, I was actually a municipal volunteer. I was the emergency management coordinator. All these cops knew me. And when I was looking out the window, I saw the cops going, it's fun running a con.
You're a terrible liar.
It's a true story, I swear. Oh, God.
That's awesome.
I couldn't make that shit up if I wanted to.
So, did I ever tell you when I was almost arrested?
Not until we get more money in there, you ain't gonna tell nobody.
I also need more in here.
Which time?
Shut up. Okay, let me rephrase that. Did I ever tell you about the time I was arrested for non-drug related charges?
Dude, that's a rarity.
Again? What?
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, now you may tell them.
Well,
I
had just purchased, and I was so happy. I had a new car.
I
know. Oh, it was beautiful. It was a Chevy Trailblazer. I'm like, this is going to help me get to conventions and run over old ladies. So they deserve it.
The reason you have a car in the first place.
You have no idea. Well, we had just finished up something. It was myself and my buddy John in the car, and we are driving back to Palos Heights. We're on 294 going south, an empty highway. There's nothing on there at 10 o'clock at night. All of a sudden behind us, woo! Right now,
guys from Texas?
Yeah. Then they're shooting up into the air for no reason.
Right.
We weren't going that fast. 294 doesn't care about your speeding. It doesn't. You can go 90 down there. I know. I do.
I do it on my way.
Right. Well, we were pulled over. Now, bear in mind, if I stand up straight and I want to be intimidating, and even if I'm not wearing the top hat, I'm 6'8". The person who walked up to my car, I don't think 5'5". Her eyes were, it looked like Tim from Home Improvement. Her eyes were at the window of my car and had the tiniest voice, excuse me. Get out of the car. Okay. Now, if you're in a law enforcement, you're prepared for the worst. The worst is a 6'8" fat man steps out of one side of the car, and his friend, who weighs topping 350 pounds, steps out of the other side of the car, because then the car rises a little bit.
Hold on a second. So
Absolutely.
she was saying she was like this tall?
About that tall.
Stand up.
Oh my God!
That's actually right about right. And she got very close to me. She was trying to intimidate. Intimidate.
Oh, intimidate.
Intimidate. She was trying to intimidate.
Okay, not, okay, the other
She said, I would like the two of you to get in the squad car, please. I want to search your car.
Okay.
Now, it was probably a week before my birthday. We were visiting friends in Palatine. We had exchanged some gifts. There was a little bit of Nero stuff in the car from my LARP, but the car's new, it's clean. I don't understand what could possibly be going on. I have nothing to hide. Yeah, no problem. And she looked at me and completely deadpan said, I'm very sorry, but someone of your size, I need to cuff you before putting you in my car for my own safety. And John goes like, yeah, he's a dangerous one, that. We are best friends. He's an asshole. So she did zip tie me. She zip tied John and put me in the bed. I've never seen those before. They're really cool. Like, it's not just a normal zip tie you buy at the store. They have technical shit. So they sat me in the back of the squad car. And that's when I kind of realized what had happened. My real last name is Smith, a very generic name.
That's
my first,
a lie.
Very generic name. My first name is Daniel. And on the screen of her car... Daniel. On the screen of her... Shut up. Shut up!
Go on.
The screen of her car, the little computer, was David Smith. With the license plate that I still hadn't switched because it's a used car. It was the license plate that the dealership loaned. 7 counts of battery, 3 counts of drug trafficking, a few Holy shit, she thinks I'm a murderer! And she is searching my car, and me and Judge Lee Joe's like, oh, she's gonna shoot you! Backup came! I don't mean they searched my car, they searched my brand new car. What did I say was in my car? Nero supplies. Nero is a LARP. Nero is where we go to beat the shit out of each other with foam weapons. And the birthday presents from my friends.
Oh, God!
Your friends.
My friends.
Oh,
Luckily,
God.
thank God, my semi-normal friends that I met through I am Jewish! In the back of my car, in all open boxes, were 2 latex katanas.
Excuse me.
We make our weapons out of latex.
You call them katanas.
They are definitely katanas. They look.
Latex katanas.
If you looked at them from across, let's say, a dark car, I had 2 katanas in my trunk.
Okay.
And the gift that they were most proud of, a book that some of you might have seen if you're into YouTube videos. How to be a ninja. And a 5'5" cop came to the back of the police car, opened the door, asked us to step out, and started to cut the bindings on our hands. When she asked us, so, you 2 are ninjas? And John. Now, John he's serious. He does not smile, he does not laugh. But you know what he does do? He looked at her and with 100% serious said, no, we're not ninjas, we're fucking nerds.
What is that?
Is this a coin from a video game or a character?
It's a freaking rupee!
And a dollar bill. And
Since when are we in Hyrule, guys? I'm gonna go get some Dodongos now.
Guys, we're serious. This is for charity. Giving us... No.
We have nothing left to give, Kage!
We'd like to see my bank account.
No!
We're furry, we don't have a lot of money.
Pass around
We're
this side. This looks like the classy side.
I mean, I just extremely my last money.
Yes, we are! We're furries. The second we get money, we go spend it on a fursuit or gift commissions.
That's
I mean,
why
come
we're
on.
giving it to charity to save you from yourself.
Do you do blood runs?
Okay.
Thank you.
That helps.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the kitten.
Behalf of the kittens. Kage, which bottle shall we open? We've got 2 of these.
I think you're gonna receive what we get from the
Stop! Did you just try to donate sour apple alcohol? You're a disgusting sick man.
Bring me the head of the Baptist!
Kage, quick, give me head! Alas, poor Fori, Or yeah, that works.
Yorick.
No, this one's a furry. Alas, poor furry, I knew him well.
Now I
All
knew
of him.
Horatio.
But the parts I knew well were lost. Now I just had the head. So I saw a movie that helped with the situation.
Stop!
Whose head do I have? Also, things you never thought you'd have to say.
Hey, there's a lady there. Tip your hat.
I remembered.
Hi, YouTube! We're going to talk about something. What was it?
I have no idea.
Alcohol.
We had the alcohol appreciation panel. Turns out all you guys started drinking before you were 10.
And we appreciate it.
Alright.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, the alcohol appreciation panel that you told me was going to be out in like the common area. I'm standing out there like an idiot. You weren't there.
So they asked me not to do the alcohol appreciation panel. Well, so many people would appreciate it, so we moved it. That's acceptable. It's a con radio.
Okay,
It's a con radio.
I need to tell you something that was really cute.
What?
I attended BronyCon. What?
Well, guys, they're just like us. They just have 4 hooves.
Okay, now I want to back up a moment. When I said BronyCon, I heard people. Why? Oh, wait, let me get this straight. I want to make sure I understand.
Yeah, you make sure.
They're into something that you think is childish and you don't understand, and that makes them losers. Is that familiar to you? Fluffy! I attended BronyCon. They had basically a lovely meeting of convention chairmen. They invited all the chairs at the major conventions of the Northeast. And it was, we had like, Anime Central was there, Anticon was there, it was like this big, wonderful luncheon we had. And here's what was really cute. There was like 60 or 70 of us in this lovely room. We're all having a lovely, lovely lunch. And the chairman of BronyCon, his radio, suddenly an alarm went off, and he grabbed his radio and ran out of the room. Every single one of us jumped up and started running out there. Instinct. And I was one saying, whoa, wait. Not our problem. Not our con. Yes,
All 69 of chanting, not our con, not our problem, not our con.
But it was just the instinctive
Oh, I
reaction.
know.
Oh my God, what?
Is Tack in here?
No.
Good. So, earlier today, I was sitting in operations with the wonderful the convention people, and a call comes out over radio. I forget the number, but there's a furry in the pool.
Oh no.
What?
Turns out the furry was in the pool area, important distinction, and Tack, without missing a beat, this cool, calm, collected guy, because don't forget operations has a little window, and he saw a bunch of his security, a bunch of his staff go running past. It was, please don't run.
Alkali,
Yes?
why didn't you tell them about the oatmeal?
Yes!
Should we?
Spilling the oatmeal.
Spilling the oatmeal.
Yes.
So, for those of you who don't know, I help run concessions at MFF. Last year we had Satan, which is now dubbed the soda machine.
Oh,
Which means that it's wonderful when people like us help out another convention. We're all, especially the people that run this, we've all basically thought about jumping off the building, walking into the lake until the bubbles stop, but we don't. And we respect that about each other. So when we help each other out, we check in.
yes.
And the convention chairman, the convention financial director, and one of my good friends, Duncan and Takaza, all stopped in to see how I was doing. And I would have shaken their hand, but recently I had a Mountain Dew explosion, and it was sticky.
That's his story. You're sticking to
That's
it.
my story. Well, we started just talking about what was going on, and on a Saturday of a convention that you help run, and you know this better than anyone.
Oh, hell yeah.
You are at, we used to call it Blue O'Clock. when you're walking around outside and all of a sudden you look into the distance and go, what the fuck is that? And some part of your brain goes, that's the sun, asshole.
Who was on fire?
Yes. And that's when we were slap happy. We were in fiddly D mode. And for some reason, the financial director grabbed his radio. He's like, oh, we've got exhaustion in the cafeteria. We need Red Bull stat. And Duncan grabbed his radio. He's like, Red Bull's not going to be enough. Bring the vodka. And he grabbed his radio and is going back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. And I spilled the oatmeal. And everything stopped. And the convention financial director went catatonic on the floor, dropped his radio while trying frantically to hit the button, and just died laughing as the radio switches over to only security, locking out anyone but board, going, we're at the university, where are we supposed to go? Are we going to this place? Are we going to go to this place? Team 4, where is your location? We are at the location. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Takaza is holding his sides, and out of breath he yells, Smelly the oatmeal's called for someone stole the money! What did I just do?
I kicked in the hornet's nest is what
You literally cried fire in a crowded theater.
Yes? Actually, he shouted theater in a crowded firehouse.
So I did the only thing I could think of. I grabbed a bunch of tri-oatmeal and threw it on the ground. Oh, it's real! It's real! So if you see me at MFF and you wonder why I can hear out of both ears, it's because I'm not allowed to have a radio. Spilled the oatmeal.
I will remember that.
And the butter?
Everybody knows about
Everybody
the
knows the butter situation.
by now.
Oh, butter situation.
We need to like make an animation called the butter situation.
We could make a cartoon for Cartoon Network on Adult Swim out
Called
of the butter situation.
We could.
It'll be starring social justice warriors.
We should. The funny thing is, I know exactly who it was. You don't have to tell me. I know who it was. We can't mention names politically. Yeah.
They'll tweet at us.
Sorry.
Yeah, oh my God, they'll tweet at us and they'll be all butthurt and oh my goodness, Uncle Kage and Alkali said awful things about me. Well, we said awful things about you because you're a dickhead. That's why we said awful things about you.
My favorite thing, I do love reading through, because I'm a, what do you call it, a troll on Twitter. I read, I never very much post. I think that's what a troll is.
Lurker, that's a different, you're not a troll, you're a lurker.
I'm a lurker. I don't know this shit. And it was amazing. I'm sitting there one day and I'm reading all this stuff and I'm actually getting a little angry at this person. And I look down at the bottom of my screen like, holy shit, there's a block button. Other people should find out about this. And then I pushed it.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the fucking end of the story, asshole. Stop tweeting.
Actually, here, this isn't, okay, this is a good public service announcement for all of you. Twitter is a double-edged sword. Actually, it's a multi-edged sword. It's like one of those Klingon swords with all the things sticking off.
Backlift?
Yes, the bat shit. Anyway, whatever it's called.
Suck me.
You might remember there was a bit of a, I call it a twit storm. Recently, I got involved in unhappily. So somebody said, "Oh, Uncle Kage, you should mute the people that are giving you problems." I said, "Okay." So anytime somebody like, Uncle Kage is a dickhead, I just muted them. I muted 5 people, and everything got quiet. Think about it. When you got a shitstorm coming at you, look at the number of people are giving you problems. You'd be amazed. It's probably only a couple. So I muted them and I had the door side murder them. I said too much. Say something funny.
Da 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 da. He murdered them. Da da da. He has pictures of me. Da 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 da. Please fucking help me.
I've never seen you naked.
Is it time?
Anyone who asks actually got that joke, you've been in the fandom too long.
Oh, God.
In joke.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. Holy shit.
Maybe you should explain.
Alright, well, we'll give them that one. The very,
Ah.
I've been doing this, the improv part of this for quite some time, and for some reason, this gentleman had heard that someone else was being funny, and he wanted to see this for himself. So he showed up to the improv panel during a game called Two Truths and a Lie. And he walked in, and I knew who he was. I had been to his, I loved his stand-up at the time. I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool. I wonder if I can get him up on stage. So the next person that comes up, I looked over at him like, would you like to try? He's like, absolutely. And he walked up to the stage and he told 2 truths and 1 lie. Do you remember what the first truth was?
Yes.
What was it?
Well,
I'm sorry, do you remember what the first thing was?
The first thing was, I've seen Alkali naked.
What? Do you remember what the second thing was?
Actually, no, I don't.
I spent the night with that gentleman right there.
Yes.
And he's not in the room, but he pointed to somebody around the audience, aww. And what was the
The
third
third thing was, I have an 8-inch dick.
And then we went to the audience, all right, who thinks number 1 is the lie? Number 2, number 3, Kage, what do you think?
I just left.
All right, wow, I met Uncle Kage.
I never have seen you naked, my boy.
You just don't know it.
Yes, I wouldn't, would I?
You own a microscope. So,
An electron microscope at that.
it's the best atom you'll ever see.
Yeah, I get a charge out of you, so.
That's real negative connotation.
We can start this again.
All right, I'll go back to my cell.
Thank you.
No problem.
No! Okay, high class.
Fish dildo!
Fish dildo. No, we're not drinking no
No, it was
fish.
butt plug. It was
What?
butt plug. It was
It's a fish
butt
butt!
plug.
Who the fuck cares?
Alright, you want to drink the fish dildo, there better be $500 fucking up here. You don't drink the fish dildo, alright?
And I swear to God, if you guys after saying we don't have money get $500 of this, we
On
poison
top of
ourselves.
this.
Oh wait, let me count my 20s.
Now, we should be more careful. Remember, we should be more. Remember what happened to me at Eurofurence?
Oh, was it Eurofurence?
At Eurofurence, oh, Uncle Kage, he is going to raise money for charity because he's Uncle Kage. Okay, so I made up a sign. I had this wine, and I had wine, and I made up a sign. It was a cute sign that said, I will drink stuff, €5. And people came by, they give me €5, I take a drink. Yeah. 1,500 euros later, I was in the karaoke bar. I understand that I was hitting on Tani Darial in front of Night Fox.
Oh my God!
And it's only the fact that number 1, Night Fox is an old friend of mine, and number 2, we won the war, that I'm still alive. This is Germany.
Have you ever heard of Stand Up, Fall Down?
Is that like a kind of comedy when you're drunk?
Actually, yes.
Oh, I like it.
So-
Tell me more.
So when we're in Chicago, we're going to get you to go to this, and we're going to get the entire furry fandom to show up. Is anyone here familiar with this? It's a charitable comedy organization that goes around to different clubs. It's called Stand Up, Fall Down. You know it? Awesome. All right. Stand Up, Fall Down is this. He's actually made it fairly far in his career. He's passed it off recently, but I've gotten the honor of doing it twice. Stand Up, Fall Down is 5 comedians. Each comedian gets a 20-minute set, give or take. They go up on stage, and in order, they do 20 minutes of stand-up. And the second they are off the stage, they must sit down at the bar, where there is a seat for each of them. And we all sit together. And anyone who buys them a drink, the drink is full price, but the drink for us is free. All that money goes to charity. So if they buy us a Long Island iced tea for $12, Long Island iced tea for $12 goes to charity. And at the end of the night, all 5 comedians have gone, we go again.
Oh God!
We try to do as much of our routine as we can in 10 minutes. And we have been told it is the funniest hour of comedy ever. Not because of anything funny that we do, because of what we don't do. In one incident, wear pants. Pants were optional for that gentleman. And I've gone up there and I've prayed to the porcelain god that was not there and continued my comedy set while mopping. I got 50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents.
Some of you will know this story, but I'll tell you the true way it happened. This has been told a few times. This is actually how this one happened. There was a gentleman who had not drank much before. He had said, I have not drank much before. He was an incredible comedian, and I mean incredible. But he did it for charity. And the bar found out he had not drank much before. It gets in the brim. It's a
Oh, that's why.
it's a Jew hat. It refills with coins. On the 7th day, you get a Susan B. Anthony. Just put it in there.
That's the 500-pound lesbian. There she is.
So this gentleman went up there and did 20 minutes of outstanding situational humor. It was absolutely phenomenal. You are retarded. And then he sat down at the bar. He made a record amount of money because no one bought him a Long Island. He had not drank before.
He had not.
Not much. He had had a drink or two in his life, but he had not drunk. They bought him Glenlivet. They bought, they were buying him $30 glasses of scotch. And then he went back up on stage. Now we had all gone. He was the closer.
Oh, God.
And we sat down, we're drunk. And the stage was dead silent for about 5 seconds before you heard this terrible screeching noise. As this guy, dragging a chair, walked out into the middle of the wooden stage. Picked up the chair, set it down. If I remember correctly, I think he meant his leg to go like this, but it went like this. Chair, something, and he sat down in the chair. And he looked out at his audience. And he reached into his pocket and pulled out a Granny Smith apple.
Why did he have it there?
He ate the apple for 3.5 minutes. He did not say a fucking word. And the audience died. I was sitting back there with people who have gone up on stage. One of them opened for Kyle Kinane only a year ago. These were the people I was sitting there. I didn't deserve to be there. And they went, that man's a genius. They couldn't believe it. And finally, he finished the apple. And he took the core. And he stood up. And he grabbed the chair. And he started walking off stage. And he stopped. Looked into the audience and said, did somebody say Hamlet? And flawlessly recited 2 lines of Hamlet before dropping the chair and wandering off stage to a cab. That was the last I ever saw him.
Nobody knows who he was. He was just a bum.
No fucking clue.
This is your last chance, by the way, for the performance.
I couldn't even do that.
That was fun. That was fun. So, Kage, sometime in Chicago, if I ever find out they're back, I'm going to offer our services.
Did you do Second City?
I worked my group that does improv. 2 of them went to Second City. I took over the group, but I have not went to Second City. A lot of what I learned from Content Removed. They did go. They taught me a lot of things over the years, mainly to shut the fuck up.
You know what? Should have.
Yeah, my job doesn't really give me enough time to do that. We did a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. You see, here's the problem with being a comic. You don't make a living at being a comic. You have to have a day job unless you're George Carlin. And he's dead. No, I'm sorry. That's
okay. Yeah, no.
Yep. Actually, name a comic out there who makes a living at being a comic who isn't currently dead.
Patton and Kyle.
But they had day jobs. Jim Carrey, I think he died 15 years ago. He just didn't tell anybody. It's true. It's true. What?
I think that's Dane Cook.
No, Dane Cook died about 5 minutes after his first special.
Yes!
Margaret Cho.
Margaret Cho is a chef.
Did somebody write us a note?
I think they did. It's a dissertation.
Thank you, Dad.
What is this?
Is that a living will?
It might be. What do we have here?
Gotta read.
I kill the cackratch. I kill the cackratch. Now it won't get off my foot. I kill the cackratch. I kill the cackratch. Now it won't get off my foot. I rud it on the rug. I scrit on the floor, but the cackratch it no go.
What kind of cycles do we have in this audience? Well, I know I'm one.
Living La Vida Loca. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's the
What's this?
what?
Wild thing. Actually, this is the actual lyrics. That's no fun.
Well, then let's work on that.
Yeah.
Wild thing. You make my day.
Okay. Oh wait. Let's do this William Shatner style.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy.
Wild thing.
Wild thing. I think I love you, but I sure. Come on.
Wild thing.
You make my heart sing. You make everything
Horny. Groovy. That is groovy.
wild
Thing.
thing. I think
I lost my
you
place.
move me,
I do move you.
but I wanna know.
Sure. I can make it higher.
Hold me tight.
You hang lower than anyone I've ever
Oh my God. Look at my age and take it where you can get it, okay?
Apparently you took it to the taffy factory because
We'll talk.
how are we doing?
I don't know.
I don't
Is there
know.
any company staff member here who could take responsibility for this?
Yep.
Would you be kind enough
We're
to see
sorry,
to the
we're
charity
poor.
business? Now, here's the thing. There's another 7 minutes. Okay, last chance. But I got an idea.
What do you got?
Say, I'm a scientist.
You are.
Yes, we are your lectures. At the end of the lecture, you always do the same thing. Are there any questions?
Oh.
I think. Are there any questions?
How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing this good.
The bathrooms in here have urinals.
No.
But they do have urinal cakes.
Yes. And they're tasty. Yes, sir.
I was just about to ask if they were tasty.
Yes, would you? You are the man with the condoms.
Do you have any interesting stories before you were a furry?
No.
We were sucked.
No, the stories I had before I was a furry usually involved me as a young chemist getting revenge on the bullies, and the statute of limitations is not passed, so I can't tell them. Yes!
When was your first drink and what was your first drink?
You were at my panel.
Yes.
What was my first drink and where was it? What? Oh, you're talking to me or him?
You. They know mine. He was at the panel.
My first drink was when I was 21. It was a Bartles and James wine cooler. My mother gave it to me. You asked, I told you.
That's your first drink?
I know, I'm bad. There's a lovely lady back here with a question. Yes, ma'am.
Two things. One, I need you to check your front pockets real fast.
Is my zipper down?
Let me check. Hold
You
on.
want to check?
Yeah, that's down.
You want to? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, whoa, whoa. What the fuck?
Jones!
There's money.
Blue box?
Oh, well,
I got more points.
and this is, oh, this is a Microsoft.
Yeah, you need that.
I need this. I need this.
I found your sanitary wipes
All right.
for reality.
Right, I'm gonna need those. I got allergies, right?
I didn't know you had this.
Don't drink that. That's not how you use it. For Christ's sake, you do this. Watch, watch. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Give me that shit back. Would you?
Personal question though.
Yes, miss.
How did each of you discover furry?
I'm sorry?
How did each of you discover furry?
You first. How did you discover furry?
Remember I told you about the LARP? A gentleman who played the LARP with me played, and I mean, when I say adorable, I mean fucking adorable. He played a fox because we have a scavenger race. He was 19 when I was 18. He did full body makeup. He wore a vest, he was completely covered, but before he did it, he got into full body makeup. Red skin, white. His best friend was a makeup artist and took weeks showing him how to do this. And he was the most bouncy, bubbly, fucking sociopath that you ever meet. He killed half the game once out of it. Because no one suspects the cute little fox who can murder you so easily. And I was talking to him, go, how did you learn to kill everybody? He says, I got a lot of hatred after I joined this furry fandom thing, so I figured this is a good place to let it out. I went, what's that?
And now you're
Regretted
here.
every minute since. No, seriously, yeah, Fox and Nero introduced me to the fandom, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful find. And I wish that everyone knew about it, but only about this much about it. And the rest of it they should find out on their own.
Too late.
Stupid internet.
That's a tough act to follow. I was at Worldcon in 1989 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Also,
It was that self-same Worldcon. Okay, two things at that Worldcon that stick out in my memory. The first was when I learned that Larry Niven is a fucking howling douchebag. And number two, I actually heard Isaac Asimov say to me, I've never had anyone ask me to sign his cock before. There's a story to that, but we're running out of time.
So money!
Who's Eric Asimov?
Yes, please.
Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, noon to 1, Uncle Kage is doing a stand-up special. I think it's noon to 1. I'm not noon to 1?
The next event has been moved to Ballroom 3, I've just been told.
Thank you.
So that you can go down there and not have to worry about it. Hi. Oh, wait, I never finished my... Yes, yes, Isaac Asimov said to me, I've never had anybody ask me to sign his cock before. That's another story. I already told you that. But there was a little table. They had fan tables set up at Worldcon. You know, they had like the Star Trek fan table and this fandom and this the Hobbit, the Shire. There was this one table that was run by John Linnemacher and Steven Stadnicki. Some of you oldsters know those names. And it had a sign that said furry fandom. And I said, that's odd. I've never heard of that. What is that? And I went up and they had amazing artwork. They had some comics that were made by the likes of Jim Grote and Stan Sakai. And I looked at these things and I was like, holy shit, it's funny animals, but they don't have to be funny anymore. Stan put it best himself when people first are exposed to his comic Usagi Yojimbo. First off, if you've never met Stan Sakai, he's like a little Japanese hobbit. It's amazing. He's just adorable. He said, I love it. People come up to my table, they look at my comic, they say, oh, look, it's a cute little bunny. He's a samurai. And they turn the page and said, oh, he kills people. I was hooked at that point.
That's a good intro.
I see a hand over here.
How long in advance, because I know you probably have another job, do you schedule all the other furry conventions that you go to?
Mine? Well, what about you?
A year.
Both of you.
Yeah.
I'm scheduled through September of 2016.
I am one of the luckiest people in the world. I tell you guys I work with 6 people. The reason the 6 of us work together and no one else, like we work for a large company, but we're our own entity. The 6 of us will take care of each other to no end. On Sunday,
They take care of each
we
other.
take care of each other. On Sunday, one of them has something to do, even though I had a convention. I'm rushing back to relieve him at midnight, and since I'll be hungover to all fuck, the boss is actually coming in at 4 in the morning to relieve me, and we're gonna just fuck ourselves that week. But that's what we do for each other. So when I have a convention, they understand that this is what I want to do with my life, and my job is what I do to have a life. And that's how we kind of do everything. So they're very good to me. If I have a convention pop up, I can usually go. But that's why you see me at so many, is because of the wonderful people that I work with.
Okay, old people, raise your hand if you remember Lidsville.
What's that?
You old man.
Yes, I'm old. It was a drug trip from the 60s. Look it up on YouTube. Lidsville. Sid and Marty Croft, before Sigmund and the Sea Monster. Yes! Yes, yeah.
You're both con chairman.
No.
What would you like to have more of at each of your cons? What would you
Drugs.
like to have less of?
But for me only.
Oh, what would I like more of? People to do the work.
And less of?
Less of.
Assholes.
That, yes, that. Less of people that give me trouble.
Sorry.
I have enough of them, and the river is getting very shallow. Did I say that out loud? Edit that out if you would, please.
Isn't that why they dredge it once a year?
They don't
Dude.
anymore.
You gotta move your con to Chicago. There's endless places to bury the body.
Dude, your river caught fire for
I know!